1, 2, 3. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my sword shield down by the riverside. Gonna study war no more. I ain't 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 gonna study war no more. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna shake hands with every man down by the riverside. Gonna study war no more. I ain't 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 gonna study war no more. Riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. Gonna study war no more. I ain't 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 gonna study war no more. That was Down by the Riverside, and we played it straight from the charts of the Morristown Uke Jam. So take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play right along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. In just a moment, I'll do a basic tutorial covering everything we just played. At the very end, I'll do a slow motion close-up play-along that you might find helpful. But right now, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want over 1,000 more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each one with a link to its own free video tutorial and play along just like this one, then check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. Okay, almost without exception, there is an exception, but almost without exception, my right hand is doing a backbeat strum. Backbeat meaning that the emphasis is on the second beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the most part, I'm doing down, 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 up, right? So the down, pause, and then no more pause, down. That's for the most part what I'm doing through the whole song. Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside. The difference is I ain't gonna study war no more. On that, I do just down, down, down. Study war no more. I ain't gonna study. So those 3 words, the first 3 words of the chorus, gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study. So I ain't gonna is the exception, and those are just down, 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 down. That's it. That's it for the right hand. Okay, the left hand. I need a step stool here. There we go. All right, the left hand Starting off with a C. Generally speaking, my hand sort of falls like this on the fretboard, so this is a pretty natural C for me to use my ring finger for a C, and that's what I do generally. Excuse me, I usually start the song like this, but then you lay down my burden right by the riverside, right? But then I go to the G. From there, I've got my finger kind of flat on there. I can roll it up to a G, right? And I'm going to be going back and forth from C to G, C to G. See how little movement that requires? But the truth is, it also requires very little movement for you to pick up two fingers and slide this up. See that? So whichever you're more comfortable with. I do both. I might even do both in the same song, the same playing of the same song. Just whatever feels good. So whatever's more comfortable to you, you can do. All right, so having said that, I'm going to start with this one, but I'm probably going to stay on my ring finger. So, lay down my burden down by the riverside, two with a G, down by the riverside, gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, gotta study one or more. And then the only exception is my index finger drops on the C7. I ain't gonna, and now that index finger is just gonna slide over one string and drop the F. Study one or more, I ain't gonna. Now you notice my ring finger is still kind of hovering right over that C. Study one or more, ain't gonna back. Now we're back to CG again. Study one or more. Just exactly like the end of the first verse, and we do it one more time. Ain't gonna study one or more. Ain't gonna study one or more. Ain't gonna study one or more. That's the whole song. That's all there is to it. All right, now I'm going to do a slow motion close-up play-along from the first verse through the first chorus, because after that it's just repeated anyway. And I'm going to do it close-up on my chord-changing hand. So play along with me in slow motion if you think it'll be helpful. Here goes. I'm going to start out there, yeah. 5, 6, 7, and gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, gonna study war no more. I ain't 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 gonna study war no more. By the way, while I was playing it, I realized I do that. I do that actually in both starts of the chorus. That is to say, the start, first line, and then also the start of the second section, the fourth line of the chorus. I do the same thing because I'm going, again, C7, and on that C7, I ain't gonna study. That's it. All right, see you Wednesday. Bye.